I should probably just make a short video about Akon. He's another singer that I have not spoken about in 10, 11, 12. I don't know. It's like I vaguely remember the name, but if you had asked me anything about him, I wouldn't have a clue. But I do, when I was looking through a lot of the names before, I never bothered to learn names. I have difficulty remembering names. So I remember the song, and the name just didn't matter to me. Like it's not about the artist, it's about the song and the music and how much I liked it. That's how I always thought. And then when I started realizing that the songs had different characters, I mean, maybe that's what you thought, because I know I mentioned probably about 10 or 20 in the first few years. That I picked up on. I think in the first 3 years or something, it might have actually just been 2 or 3 or 4, and then it just kind of got slowly bigger. Now the list is really, really big. Did not think it would get this big, or this long. I did not think that this many people would have names or whatever. But I'm just following the spirit, and I can't tell you what I'm going to be doing because I keep, every time I discover a new one, I think that's it. There's not going to be any more. And then I come across other songs and be like, oh, why didn't I think of this person? And this one's not someone that I would have thought of though, because I didn't recognize the name. But when I've listened to the songs, it's like, well, they're really good. But the thing is, when there's so many good songs, they do seem to disappear. And I'm still building up the list of my 50s to 70s. There's still quite a few that I haven't actually included. I think I did it till like 1 o'clock and then got bored or something. So I still haven't gone through that. But yeah, I don't know. It is really funny because I was trying to tell off the red one for chasing the orange one, and I swear every time I pointed my finger at it, it would stare at me for a couple of seconds and then go and hide. And I've tried a few times, like trying to scare it to stop it from attack or scaring the orange one. It didn't work. The orange one seems very happy now though, because he's got quite a few places to hide. I think before there was only like 2 places to hide, but the red female also liked a little bit of privacy, so the other space would always get taken up by her. And I think because the orange one's slightly smaller than the others, he kind of gets sort of he's not really good with all three of them, but and he doesn't really get on with the guppies because it's a different type of breed. But yeah, it's I swear those fish can talk to me. I really swear it. And I was trying to get like yesterday I was trying to get a phone, and I was trying to film, like show evidence that the fish can hear me. But every time I did that, it just either I missed it, and it was doing what what I thought it would do when if listening to me, but it was I didn't manage to get it on the camera because when you turn if you're filming something and you turn it, you can't see what you're filming, and I missed it every time, and then the 1 or 2 times where I did manage to catch the fish, it didn't actually do anything, and that's exactly what happens in the Doolittle film. Doolittle can talk to the animals, and he's trying to prove it to people, but as soon as he tries to prove it, they just shut up and don't respond or something. So yeah, I can relate a little bit to that film now. I don't know, but I did see once actually a fish playing football. Thought that was very interesting, and I don't know what kind of connection my higher self has to animals, but I have seen some weird animal footage that does make me think maybe God is communicating with animals in some way, and I don't know. I don't want to say I can because, like Dr. Doolittle, I might say I can, and then when I try to prove it and show evidence, I can't. So it's a bit hit and miss if I can do it or not. But yeah, it's interesting how this has just come up in the conversation. And I was looking at Timberland. I mean, not Justin, just Timberland. I used to get Timberland and Timberlake confused about 12, 13 years ago. I think he's someone who's not wanted to get involved in his personal life because I haven't seen any new songs from him. I think that's because he not didn't want to do things about someone else. I think that was what I remember hearing about him. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he would think if he wants to promote, but Angel of the Bottomless Pit, a lot of people would say the bottomless pit is like hell or something like this. And well, technically it's not. Like if you go to a drinking thing and there's like a bottomless evening or something, I know that in Birmingham they have quite a few bottomless evenings. I just have no one to go with, so I can't. And the one friend that I have doesn't like drinking, so I can't really go with him. Plus, I'm a massive lightweight, so all I need to do is drink like I think 3 drinks would probably be enough to get me quite drunk. Like I don't drink that much now, or if I do, when I was at uni, I used to drink like quite heavily every day, and now I'm I'm just having the odd drink, and I think my depression is making me want to get drunker quicker. Hence, I'm quite a lightweight. Um, and also I probably shouldn't drink because I don't know, crazy things are always happening in my life right now. But me talking to songs is one of those crazy things. But I think it's something that I'm just getting used to now. Um, but yeah, those are the two that I've just looked at now, and yeah, I don't know. Akon songs are really good, so it's interesting. It's strange how I've like not really come across his songs or not talked about them. But yeah, he's the Angel of the Rapture. There's a lot of people who love the rapture. And in a way, I like it because they're people who kind of want to know more about, well, they're people who don't know anything about who the real bride of Christ is. But they're people who think that they are, and they've got this sort of false belief that they care about Christ because of the rapture. And a lot of Christians are Christians, but they would probably just keep it to their like private self or something. Like most people would do that. And I hate the rapture believers because they're online talking about how the groom is coming soon and stuff. And I'm actually waiting for real people to help me and put me onto a TV show. And I guess that's the rapture, the putting me on the TV show, and then there's also the rapture, which I think some sort of fake sacrifice that I'm looking forward to, because I guess it would be a test to see who hates me, and to the extent that they would happily see me suffer or whatever. Just to know who are the difference between the bad people and the worst of the bad people. But I don't know. I don't know what's around the corner, but I like to fantasize about it, definitely. I don't know. One of the videos that I'm watching talk about there being 50 million spent on David's castle or something, and he said it's being built underground. I don't know if he's got some information about the third temple, which is the one that I'm going to go on like a big brother, that I'm going to go in and talk to the world through, whilst also being in a controlled environment. I don't know how my relationship with the singers are going to be, but yeah, I feel like for the first 3 years, it's quite important that I actually have as little contact with them as possible. A lot of singers, like such as Rihanna, okay, have done loads of things against me and stuff that I wouldn't have agreed with or anything. But then if I would have been involved, I would have stopped them. And I feel like my higher self has done this for a reason, and the reason is to reduce the population. Hence, the best way to reduce the population is to let not bad people, but bad people who know how to kill other bad people by screwing up them and giving bad ways and bad. I don't know. If so many people think that they are God or they are Christ, or act like they're the ones with the knowledge, it's just going to cause chaos. And I think that's the point of it. And I think the little I get involved, the better, because although I hate everyone and I can easily say the negativity that I have, I can also turn and be like, oh, don't do that, and then I don't know. I really just want to have nothing to do with it. That's what's best. I feel like people have hurt me a lot by them just doing whatever they want, and therefore I feel like I need to continue that and let them do whatever they want to the audience who will see them as angels, and that's how it needs to be. But yeah, I'm noticed that Britney's book is coming out in October. I don't even know if she's written or not. There's ghostwriters and stuff, and I really don't know how much she's part of this. I feel like I can't make any comments about anything because technically I don't know anything. I don't know if Britney is actually crazy or if she's just coming off that way for whatever reason, or if people around her know, or I have no clue. I don't know what they know. That it's horrible to be in limbo for so long and to know absolutely nothing. But yeah, I don't think anyone can know how awful that is unless actually going through it. But yeah, I just want loads of jelly babies.